Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Stargirl Nice. This is my first anime review and my favourite anime is Naruto, so I want to kick it off. My first review of my favourite top 10 characters from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I've decided to do two top 10s, one on the good guys and one on the bad guys. But I do notice that this video does run a little long, so it will be a two-parter. Part 1 will be about the good guys, and then the next video is part 2 of the bad guys. At first I did try to make a top 10 of all my characters in one, but it was really hard because I like a lot of characters. So I've decided to make my top 10 from both of the Naruto franchise, Naruto Original and Naruto Shippuden. And here we go. Do 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 do. Ta-da! Couldn't resist. Just before I start the top 10, I do want to say that I do pronounce names wrong. And I am a huge Naruto fan. I'm a huge anime fan of lots of animes. But the thing is, I am very bad at pronunciations. I even pronounce my own friends' names wrong. So please excuse me if I pronounce some of the names wrong. And sometimes I will accidentally say the Western version of the names and not the Japanese version. So please excuse me. And here we go. So here we go with the top 10 good guys. And starting at number 10 is Sasuke. Now you're all going to say to me, but he's a bad guy. Well, originally he did start off as a good guy. And when the story ended, and in the last two movies, Naruto the last movie and Boruto the movie, he was a good guy again. He wasn't my favourite, but I could still like him as a good guy when it started and finished. Number 9, Kurama. Now some of you may look at me and go, but wasn't he kind of egging Naruto on to be bad and all that? I'm counting it for when he and Naruto finally accept each other and become allies and friends. He becomes such a great partner and a good friend that he really respects Naruto. I think that he had a soft spot for Naruto for quite some time and just couldn't admit to it because he's a very stubborn character. But I like Kurama. So that's why I gave him the number 9 spot. At number 8, it's going to be two people, Minato and Kushina, Naruto's parents. I really did like them, even though I only got to see them for a very brief moment at times. I feel they were really cool characters, and I wish they could have stayed around with Naruto and raised him. We did get to see that in the filler arc, Dry as Scrolls. Spoiler alert! I do wish to warn you on the spoiler alerts here. Some people have not yet seen the Dry Scrolls, some people don't want to watch them. So if you haven't got the chance, I'm probably going to spoil it now. In the Dry Scrolls, Tsunade reads Jiraiya's stories about his courageous character Naruto. So when we get into the stories, we see Naruto's parents survived and raised him, but Naruto still had the nine-tailed fox put inside him. He still became a Jinchuriki. And you got to see him still be ridiculed by the villagers, but they couldn't do it as much because they knew the Minato was alive and so was Kushina, and they would get their bottoms handed to them. Anyway, back to why I like Minato and Kushina, both at number 8. I just couldn't decide between both of them. I felt they were both really good characters. The reason they're number 8 is they weren't in it as much. If they got to be in it more, they probably would have been much higher up on the list. Number 7, Gaara. Now I know Gaara did start off as a bad guy, but for a very brief moment he was. Because from most of Naruto Original and the whole of Naruto Shippuden, he was an awesome good guy. He was the silent type, but he was still very much a good character. You just had to love him. He showed such great qualities when it came to the Fourth War, and you can tell that he was the Kazekage. He was meant to be the Kazekage. But he got to that position thanks to Naruto. Naruto's commitment to work hard, never take shortcuts. So, Gaara for me, is definitely number 7. Number 6, Shikamaru. Mr. Lazy, what a drag, or in Japanese, troublesome. I love that he always cloud watched, he kind of laid back and was really lazy, and everyone underestimated him. And then when he decided, that's it, I'm not going to take this, and fought to protect the ones he cares for, he was a serious badass. Now, I do try to keep these reviews family rated, but there are some ones I cannot do it for. Shikamaru is a complete badass. He's fantastic, he's a genius, people underestimate him, a lot of villains do, and they will regret it, because he will take you down. He can think plans ahead, he can think of strategies way before the strategies have even been created. I mean, this guy is fantastic. And when he said in the war that he will be Naruto's right-hand man, just like the first Hokage needed his brother, it was fantastic. I thought, yes, oh, he better be, and my prayers were answered when he was. So Shikamaru is definitely one of my favourite characters. He would have been in top 5, but my top 5 are my favourites. Alright, now we are in the top 5 favourites, and the top 5, starting at number 5, is Rock Lee. Rock Lee was fantastic in both of the Naruto franchises, Naruto Original and Naruto Shippuden. He made me smile. He was absolutely wonderful. A determined character. Always remained positive. Yes, he couldn't do any type of jutsu, but he could taijutsu his butt off. He is a taijutsu master in my opinion. He is fantastic. And he always protected his friends, and he always looked on the bright side of things. But you can never make him mad, because when he goes full out fighting to protect his friends, you better watch out, because you have been warned. So Rock Lee, his personality, his fighting skills, it's always put a smile on my face. That's why he, for me, is number 5. Number 4, Kakashi. I had a huge crush on him when starting in the Naruto franchise, I'll admit it. But it wasn't just because I have a crush on him that he's number 4. His demeanor, personality, his brains, and his little cheeky side that you just always see pop out when you least expect it. Excellent fighter, great strategist. And when I got to see the Kakashi Chronicles of his past, I got to understand a little more about him when he got serious when fighting or when people made him angry. And I really felt sorry for him on those as well. It was nice to get to know him on those. He was an adorable little kid though. But Kakashi Hatake, oh, if he was real, I'd marry him. But it was funny that I can find out that he was a closet pervert. He didn't show it as much as other characters, but when you saw the book out, you knew what he was up to. I was really surprised though that that book just suddenly vanished after a while. I know, yeah, Fourth Great War, you're not gonna read it, but we never saw that book again. Kinda liked it, because that's what made Kakashi Kakashi, thanks to a certain little pervert who introduced him to the books. Kakashi definitely can make you smile. He was definitely an awesome character, and I was very glad that he became Team 7's leader, because without Kakashi, it's not a Team 7. Number 3 on these charts is Jiraiya. Jiraiya was fantastic in Naruto Original and Naruto Shippuden. Yeah, in Naruto Shippuden we didn't get to see him as much as we like, but when you got to see him, it was fantastic. It was great. You glued your eyes to the screen when Jiraiya was in an episode. In Original, when we first get introduced to him, everyone's like, what the, but you know what? I believe he grew on everyone instantly. No one could not like him. He is strong. He is fantastic. He's hilarious. He's a huge pervert. But you love him. You love Jiraiya. It made me cry. I literally had tears in my eyes, down my face when Jiraiya died. When I heard the rumors that Jiraiya was going to be killed, I'm like, no, these better not be true. And then when it actually happened, I cried. I'm like, please, no, bring him back. Don't let him die. It was so sad. His speech at the end, how you watched him die, it was heartbreaking. I was so upset when they killed Jiraiya off. At one point, I actually said, that's it, I'm not going to watch this anymore. But I like Naruto Shippuden, the Naruto story, so much. I thought, okay, I will watch it. But if they start killing off everyone else, heads will roll. That's how much I like Jiraiya as a character. I guess killing him off had to help with the story when it came to the pain arc, but I really wish they didn't. So Jiraiya here definitely is number 3 on my list. Now we're at number 2 on my top 10 list. Again, as I said, this is my top 10 list. No one else's. At number 2, Hinata. She was adorable in Naruto original. A little bit odd, but you know what? I'm odd too, and that's why I liked her. When it came to Shippuden, I loved her. I thought she would be like a little sister if I ever had one. She was so sweet. It was funny with the fainting, but they grew her out of it. Yes, she would blush around Naruto, sometimes stutter, but she didn't faint for, thank goodness, after that. And I'm glad they grew her out of it. It was, yes, for the whole of Naruto original, most of the time she would faint. And at Shippuden, she fainted probably a couple of times, but not much. Thank goodness. Because writers had to show her growing as a character. And in the episode Hinata's Confession, episode 166, I remember that number because to me that was a memorable episode. That I remember the day where the preview came out. I was in Florida in a New York pizza place having a huge slice of pizza at my computer, looking online, everything like that, and I saw 166 preview, and I'm like, okay, let's check this out. And when that happened, I nearly screamed in the restaurant. I had to refrain myself. It was so brilliant. And for me, yes, there was more to it than the manga showed, because I thought, oh god, I've got to read the manga now. And I read the manga and I loved the manga too. So I knew there was more to the anime than the manga, but because it was such a huge thing happening, that most Naruto and Hinata fans were hoping for this day to come. It happened. I'm a huge Naruto and Hinata fan. I'm a huge shipper of them. So I love Hinata's Confession. Oh, it was fantastic. I love how she grew as a character. I love seeing her strengths get even stronger. And in the 4th Great War, you can see she's not this shy little type anymore. I mean, yes, she's a little shy, but she showed how strong she can be when it really counts. Even when Naruto came to save her. I love that episode. She didn't stutter, she didn't shy out, but she convinced everyone she knows it's Naruto. She has the feeling it is him. And she felt guilty that he had to come out and save her because she wanted to protect him. Very sweet. And when he said to her, look, you've saved me so many times, I've got to pay you back. He remembers, but I think that was a tease for the Naruto and Hinata shippers. Anyway, sorry, getting off track. But Hinata for me was such a great character to watch. You got to understand about her past, why she was so timid and why she was so scared to grow as a person, and see her role model Naruto did encourage her and she started to grow as a person, and you got to see that. You got to see her saying, look, I'm not going to hold back, I'm going to get stronger, I'm going to show the world that I'm made of. So Hinata for me is definitely number 2. She is a wonderful character and a great person. And I've just realised she's the 2nd girl on this list. I have to admit, much of the girls in the anime weren't too much of a fan of to make this list. They're definitely honourable mentions, which I will show now, and we'll get to number 1. Here are honourable mentions. And at number 1, I bet you all are not surprised, is Naruto. At first, when I first watched Naruto original, he was not my number 1 favourite, it was Sasuke. And you're all like, well, why isn't Sasuke on number 1 or at least top 5? It's because of how long Sasuke was in it till he turned into a bad guy, and it just ruined it for me. But Naruto really started to grow on me as a character. and I got to see him grow as a person. I felt like I grew up with him. When I started watching the Naruto franchise, I got to see him develop his skills, meet new people. And when I got to Naruto Shippuden, I felt like he matured a bit more. Yes, he had his funny little side to him, that you got to see him grow as a person. And it was wonderful. When I saw him in Naruto the last movie, oh, it put a smile on my face. I definitely got to see him grow as a person. Naruto, without him, I don't think there was a story. Naruto made the Naruto franchise, of course. He's the main character, but he was brilliant. I feel all the characters were connected thanks to Naruto. Yes, there were side stories of other characters like Sasuke, Neji, Rock Lee, Kakashi. The list goes on. But I think without Naruto, I don't think we would be able to see those stories. And Naruto helped people grow. For example, Hinata. He inspired her to grow as a person. And even Sasuke. He didn't even realize it, but Naruto helped him. Yes, Sasuke wanted to destroy him as a rival, but he saw him as a rival. He respected him, and in the end saw him as a brother. So with Naruto being the main character, yes, he was the glue that glued everyone together, but he also made the story, and I am happy to have him as my number one pick in the top 10 good guys. Well, that's the end of my top 10 good guys. Don't forget to check out my second video for the top 10 bad guys. I'll see you there.